Now we're kind of shifting over to daytime functioning, and we talked a little bit about that, but here you endorse a number of the kind of typical symptoms that are associated with poor sleep: sleepiness, fatigue, concentration, irritability, impaired concentration. How often are these things happening?
Daily.
Almost every,
Almost daily, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Up to a certain, a degree. It's on a continuum,
mm-hmm.
but daily.
Mm-hmm. And
that's what, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then this is a standard fatigue scale. It lets us kind of put a number on your level of fatigue, and 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 19. So you're well above the average, even for people who are getting poor sleep. Your fatigue is pretty severe.
What is normal?
Well, 11 would be about the average for somebody with poor sleep, and 5 would be somebody with good sleep. So,
wow.
So you're
Mm-hmm.
you're well up there. So you're working 5 days a week, days now?
Yes, I'm working days.
And is there a typical day in the emergency room, or is that just a silly question?
It's pretty. What comes in isn't typical,
Mm-hmm.
but it's pretty typical.
And what would that be?
Yeah, car accident, a fall, stitches. I mean, just the different conditions that come in
Mm-hmm.
Gets changed. But yeah, it's pretty. It feels pretty consistent because now that I know what I'm doing, I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It feels pretty consistent.
And so you're busy pretty consistently with one patient or another patient
Absolutely.
or another patient.
And the day goes by fast.
And then are there breaks that are defined for you, or?
No, they're not defined. We take them when we can, because some days there is no breaks.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a real busy day.
And what happens with lunch and that sort of thing?
Sometimes we gotta just eat it pretty quick.
On the run.
On the run. So we don't have a time where we could, and that's pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, but then there's days when it's slower,
Mm-hmm.
and we get to talk a little more with each other and kid around a little more. But that we're usually doing charting and getting caught up from the day.
Getting caught up, right?
Exactly, when it's really busy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it sounds like you've gotten better at coping with what seems like a really stressful job. How do you see yourself doing that? What are you doing to cope with that stress?
I think I know what I'm doing, so it comes automatic, so I don't have to think about it. Mm-hmm. It's when something new comes where I start to feel really anxious, something we haven't seen before. And I'm doing something for, maybe I've learned it in school, but I haven't done it in vivo, so that's when I get a little more anxious. But
So some technical skill kind of things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much I know what I'm doing in the emergency room now. And, the part where when the children come in, and we got some real severe trauma cases where we have to even, flight them out to another hospital. Those are tough. And dealing with the parents and trying to help with, containing those emotions, that gets really tough for me.
And so this next questionnaire is just a whole bunch of things that are related to sleep, sometimes related to sleep during the day, kind of sleep-related behaviors. And, we got thoughts. So you're looking at the clock a fair amount through the night, wearing earplugs, but they don't seem to help a lot. Is that accurate?
They help for some noises. Yeah, but not all the noises.
And again, back to that thinking kind of things. So the big kind of behaviors related to sleep that are probably making it worse are kind of a preoccupation with how long have I slept, how much have I slept, what am I going to do to sleep, how long do I have to sleep, that sort of thing. Those are kind of related to sleep. And then there is that anticipatory anxiety that we're talking about, where you're just anticipating this happening and that happening and something else happening. And it may or may not be due to sleep or related to sleep or secondary to sleep, but more just kind of your life in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this last questionnaire, or the next questionnaire, is just a general broad range of psychological distress for 8, 12, 15. You're at 24, and so that's kind of a moderate level of psychological distress. Does that seem right to you?
Well, yeah, I psychological stress.
Kind of tired, nervous.
I always feel tired and nervous when I don't sleep. I mean, but that's about, might be a little higher. No, that's about right.
And so that makes sense to you, and it sounds like in your mind much of that is attributed to poor sleep.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think all of it is attributed to poor sleep.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah.
So you think if you were to sleep better, you would be a lot more adaptive and calmer.
When I have a good night's sleep, I'm like a different person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have energy and